All right, great. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. I'm calling the Southborough School Committee meeting to order on Wednesday, June 10th, 2026 at 6:30 p.m. All committee members are present. We are being recorded, but not live streamed, so the meeting will be available online tomorrow. Okay, great. Thanks, Terry. And our first order of business is recognition of retirees. So we have a lot of retirees, at least the most that I've seen since I've been on school committee. So welcome all of you for coming. Thank you for coming and giving us the opportunity to recognize you this evening. We're very happy to have you, and I'll hand it over to Superintendent Martineau for some remarks, and then we'll take a brief pause in the meeting.
So Mr. LaVoy will be assisting me with the gifts. So first of all, it's a great honor to recognize the graduating class. And there's a lot of jealousy that you get to retire and follow your passions. Collectively, they have over 200 years of experience. So we will be losing a great amount of expertise and knowledge working with students. So it is a great loss. It'll be difficult to fill your shoes. But we greatly appreciate all you've done, the hours and years of service, your commitment to kids. And this is just a small token of our appreciation toward your efforts. When I talked to many of you, you said there's a lot you will miss, mostly centered around students and kids. It wasn't about attending meetings and school committee and saying how you feel Sunday night. So hopefully there'll be more that you miss than you don't miss. And you can always come back and so with that said, we're going to speak a little bit about each retiree. And we'll start with Clayton Ryan, who is the retiring principal of the Finn School. So I had to dig real deep to find nice things to say about this file. So I actually put it to AI to generate a few positive remarks. But Clayton has been in the district since 1999. And he's been the Finn assistant principal since 2012. So it's like 7 years when you're a principal, and each year is 7 years. It's like job years. But Clayton has been a great leader, a great colleague, very student-centered, and his leadership will be greatly missed. And the one quote I could find, yeah, this is the only one.
Should I call my lawyer first?
I'll just HR.
Yes, start recording now. It says, Principal Ryan actively engaged in diverse aspects of school life, from teaching in classrooms to overseeing lunch duty and participating in team meetings, showcasing hands-on leadership. Mr. Ryan successfully built strong relationships with faculty and staff, earning their trust and consistently prioritizing student needs and decision-making. You'll be sorely missed at Finn School. So congratulations to you. It's a Rolex. I'll pick it up today. And next we have Kathleen Dueto. She was starting class in 2014. Also started Kathleen has been an outstanding leader of the Neary Elementary School. She is also very student-centered. When you enter into Neary School, the motto, put your best foot forward, is shine through in the work that you do. You're a consummate professional, supporting your staff every step of the way, positive and extremely professional, and your leadership will be greatly missed. And for Kathleen, this was from a parent.
Okay,
So,
thank you.
Thank you so much. We feel Neary has been a wonderful place. Our child has grown under the kind, loving environment fostered by you and your staff. Thank you for your leadership. The tone for a wonderful school is set by the principal in concert with their staff. So congratulations, Kathleen. Yes. So next we have Julie Berzon. So Julie started her career in 5th grade at Neary School. so confident and capable, they decided to move her to sixth grade. She graduated. So Julie has been with the district since 2001. And Julie is a hard worker, cares deeply about what she does. She's also a very proud grandmother. And this quote is from a student. So, the best teachers like Miss Birdsall are the ones who make you work harder than you want to, who make you work harder than you want to. Because afterwards, you know how much they taught you. We were so fortunate to have Julie Birdsall as our teacher.
Actually worked with Clayton at Mary one time ago.
And next we have Lori Francesco. So Lori has been at Trotter for a few years, but before that I did not know this. So you were a grade 1 teacher at Fit for many years. Grade 1 is one of the hardest grades to teach, so such a special place. So she started in 2000, taught grade 1, and then she transferred to be a study skills teacher at Trotter, and then in 2011, and then came for many years. So Lori, thank you for all you've done. And then your quote is, Lori is a dynamic and personable individual. From day one, she always related to the students in a positive and warm manner. She was a patient and kind yet firm teacher. She set high academic standards, and the children were eager to meet her expectations. Congratulations, Lori. Next, we have Jody Thomas. So Jody was originally hired as a per diem sub. So we captured her expertise, and she also was a class teacher. And she was hired as an ESP special education aide at Trotter. And recently she was appointed as a focus study tutor at Trotter, and has been amazing in that role. A highlight of Jody's work that continues is the relationship she builds with her students. She works daily to create strong connections with them so they can access the curriculum and inclusion opportunities for success. The encouragement Jody provides helps her students make necessary gains. Congratulations. And Diana Fuziki next. ESP kindergarten education support professional. She started in 2017 and has done an amazing job supporting our kindergarten students. She's also been incredibly flexible with whatever is needed on a day-to-day basis. So she's been a K, ESP, but whatever Clayton needed or the office needed, we were there to support. So Diana has a calm demeanor that makes her approachable and thus gains students' trust and builds genuine connections. All Diana's work is done with utmost respect and professionalism. The entire Finn community values all that Diana does, and we're extremely fortunate to have her as an employee. Diana is an exemplary in terms of her job performance, so congratulations. I'm sure you'll be exemplary in your marriage. Next is Catherine Riley. Also an ESP special education assistant at the Finn School. She's been with the district since 2004. Kathy consistently demonstrates a positive attitude and willingness to do anything required of her, and has instructional skills and expertise to support some of the Finn School's most complex learners, and is able to recognize the needs of the students she supports. Kathy is highly resourceful and understands students' emotional and social behavioral needs. Kathy, dearly. And Maureen Sullivan-Elzone is next. So also, we have a lot of ESPs, like a lot of expertise. So she's also an ESP at the Finn School. She started in the district in 2000, class of 2012, so she's been with us for a couple decades. Maureen has a great sense of humor and knows how to make learning fun for her students. She always demonstrates a great sense of professionalism, takes pride in her work, and cares very deeply for all her students. Maureen brightens the classroom she works in with her positive attitude and willingness to help wherever she can. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Next, we have a person these three support every day. We have Katrina Fuller. So Katrina has been an amazing kindergarten teacher at Finn since 2012. She is one of our best teachers in the district. Katrina is a model educator for their students. She recognizes that all students are unique, and as such, their learning styles are as well. It is a true pleasure to have Katrina as part of the Finn School. Her consistent positive demeanor and attitude are true asset. So congratulations, Katrina. And I had the pleasure of coaching Katrina's son in soccer many years ago. And lastly, we have a very rainy, moody, so very thankful. Someone asked me if she's always that nice and upbeat, and I said, I think so, but she always seemed nice and upbeat. So, her current position is an SEDP site coordinator. She's been in the district for many years, 28 years with SEDP. She's an invaluable asset to the team, and her presence reflects the qualities of a true teacher. Her exemplary work ethic, passion, and creativity have consistently elevated the experiences of children of all ages through engaging, imaginative, and meaningful activities. Her youthful spirit and innovative approach have kept programming fresh, exciting, and purposeful for all those in her care. Two nights in a row. So again, congratulations to the class of 2026. I'm sure that will be the school committee for any remarks.
All right, great, thank you. Does anybody have anything they want to add? Any of the remarks? We're losing a lot of experience in this room for next year, and appreciate all of the time and energy that you put into all of your students over the years. I know sometimes it's not easy, but appreciate the positive climate that you've generated at each of our schools. So thank you very much, and we're gonna recess until about 7 o'clock to have some treats in the back, and just congratulate you on an individual basis. Sorry, I'm not even looking at you two over here. Sorry, I didn't mean to exclude you. So with that, we'll recess. Thank you. All right, and we're back at 7:04. Thank you for the short recess. And so I'll move on to first order of business on the agenda, which is public comment. So if anybody has any comment, feel free to raise your hand. Okay. New business, principals report.
Thank you. I'll start at the Finn School. It's been very busy over the past few weeks with end of the year events. The first photo is from our grade 1 concert, and I'd like to recognize Jeanette Morgan, the Finn School music teacher, for her outstanding work in organizing and preparing our students for this year's grade 1 concert. Students performed a wide variety of songs showcasing their talents. They were enthusiastic and confident as they presented. The concert was exceptionally well attended, giving families an opportunity to celebrate their children's accomplishments and enjoy a memorable performance. And events like these highlight the important role that music and arts play in fostering creativity, building confidence, and strengthening connections between school and home. The second photo highlights one of our most memorable events of the end of the year, and I think it's the 5th annual Senior Stroll. On Friday of last week, we welcomed graduating seniors, many of whom began their educational journey right here or right at the Finn School. They were back in our hallways for a special walk through the building. As seniors strolled through the school in their graduation attire, Finn students and staff lined the halls to celebrate them, their accomplishments and future plans. The event served as a powerful reminder of the lasting impact that Finn and all of our schools have had on our graduating seniors. Thank you to Sean Bevan and the high school staff for this annual tradition. It was really something special. And photo 3 highlights continuing the theme with senior volunteers. We celebrated these dedicated community members yesterday morning, and over the past 5 years, this is our senior volunteer program. It's where seniors in the community volunteer their time within the classroom, within our office. They read to students, and it started with 1 or 2 seniors back, I think, 15 years ago, to now where we have over a dozen seniors volunteering their time regularly throughout the Finn School. It's one of the program's greatest strengths is the meaningful intergenerational connections it creates, and our students benefit from the volunteers' wisdom, their patience, their experience, and just the genuine connections that they have with our students. But before I turn it over to Principal Mucci, I would just like to say a few words. As this is my final school committee meeting, it's been a true privilege to serve the students, families, and staff of Southborough Public Schools. I'm deeply grateful to the families of Southborough for their trust and support that they've shown throughout my years, many years here. Your partnership has helped make the Finn School a warm and welcoming community. I'd also like to thank all of the school committee members for your support. Superintendent Martineau, Assistant Superintendent Reinhorn, Becky Pellegrino, Keith Lavoie, and the rest of the central office team for their guidance, encouragement, and support. Their leadership has helped me in my school community navigate many challenges, celebrate successes, and remain focused on what matters most, our students. And to the entire Finn School staff, thank you. I've been very fortunate to work alongside an exceptional staff whose dedication, kindness, and commitment to children have inspired me every day. The success of the Finn School is a reflection of their hard work and care. So, thank you all.
This is a way to get applause twice.
You got a group?
Jeff Lane.
I just want to start by congratulating Clayton and Kathleen on your accomplishments. Retirement is not easy to get to, but you've certainly earned it. Clayton and I started in Southborough, or I started in Southborough the same year that he became principal. And oftentimes I would pick up the phone and call him and say, "Grandpa, are you there?" But Clayton was, you always had a way of thinking about students and putting them first, and also helping me to keep things in perspective. The flow of the school year, the ups and downs that we go through, so I really appreciate you as a colleague and friend.
Thank you.
And Kathleen, certainly a mentor to me. Certainly a mentor to me when I came on board. You wrapped your arms around me and helped me be successful in the role. You're caring, kind, thoughtful, incredibly organized. And, you know, I have a lot to look up to in the things that you have provided to me. So thank you so much.
Thanks.
All right, so Woodward School updates. So Field Day was last Friday. The first picture on the left there is from Field Day. Field Day is a combination of Field Day activities, but then also community connections. This is a picture of our third grade students working with Officer Collins, who's our resource officer. Tremendous asset to the force and the Southborough community. He's in the back center there. This is part of our community outreach program, so we connect with Southborough Police, Southborough Fire, and then we also have a annual book swap and a kickoff to library reading program. So this is just one picture from not the field day part of the events, but the community connections, which is something that's incredibly important to Woodward School. In the middle is Archie, that's Archie Murphy. I guess you could say his last name. Beth Murphy is one of our ESPs, and this is his first day. So she participated in the therapy dog training that was part of our PD offerings earlier in the year, and successfully passed all of his tests, and now he's part of our Woodward community. His first day was yesterday, and our hope is to build more routine with him next year, but we wanted to dip our toe in this year with a few visits this week in Ms. Coyle's class, and then next week as well.
Pause, dip your paws.
Dip your paws in, yeah. It was too easy of a joke, so I avoided it on purpose, but I'm glad you hit it. And then finally, that's our Memorial Day, a picture from our Memorial Day concert, which was 2 weeks ago at this point. And a special thank you to Joanne Gies, our music teacher, all of our parents and community members who attended, and as well as the students and teachers who were preparing for the concert. It honors our veterans, people who have served our country, and our students and community. And it was a great event. It was standing room only. Greg was there. He can attest to that. We need a lot more chairs at Woodward, but we would absolutely be failing any kind of fire code if that was the case. But it was a great event, and if you were there, I'm sure you walked away feeling inspired and happy.
All right, on to Neri. So Neri's the first photo. Neri's fifth grade students recently participated in Safety Quest. This is our second year having Safety Quest come to our school. It's an engaging and interacting safety program designed to empower students with important skills. This mobile classroom is an experience that UMass Health brings to us, and it travels schools across Central Mass, and students practice hands-on injury prevention. It was a great experience for them, and they walked away with some really solid skills. During the program, they explored safety topics. They worked within the mobile unit and also outside. They talked about road safety, fire prevention, recognizing and responding to various hazards. And through immersive age-appropriate activities, they learned to make safe choices and serve as safety advocates for themselves and their peers. And photo 2, on Tuesday, June 2nd, the Neri Chorus Orchestra, 4th grade band, 5th grade band, and blues band performed selections for their spring concert programs for the Neri peers as well as the Woodward third graders. Thank you for joining us. We had 196 Neri students participate in the ensembles this year, with nearly 120 choosing more than one ensemble. So students look forward to performing for the third graders. This is our second year that you've come up, second or third year. And Ms. Sherman and Mrs. Spignese just do a remarkable job. And also they wanted to give a thanks to NSMA for helping support the event and paying for the buses for Woodward to come over to Neri. So really proud of our students and grateful for amazing staff. And in photo 3, would like to highlight a recent STEM initiative that took place across all 4th grade classrooms, led by Brady Loomer, who is a 4th grade parent who works for the U.S. Army Natick Soldier Center. Building on our science unit about plants and animal structures, students learned to use microscopes to examine different insect specimens. And then they conducted an experiment and collected data while testing various materials to determine which best protect human skin against insect bites using special probes. It was highly engaging for all students, and we'd like to extend a special thanks to Mr. Loomer for bringing that to us. I too would like to say thank you. I want to express my sincere gratitude to the Southborough School Committee for the opportunity to be part of an extraordinary community. My years at Neary have been among the most meaningful and rewarding of my career, and I will forever treasure the relationships, experience, and memories that have shaped my time here. I have had the great fortune of working alongside exceptional colleagues through Southborough and NASA. Their dedication, professionalism, and unwavering commitment to students inspire me every day. Together we've celebrated successes, navigated some challenges, and always kept children's needs in the middle of all our decisions. I'm deeply grateful to the school committee for your support, trust, and stewardship of our schools. And thank you to Greg, Stephanie, Becky, and Keith. Your guidance is immensely appreciated. I am sure you won't miss my frequent visits down the hall. It's one of the perks of having central office in our school. But it's been an honor and a privilege to serve the students, families, and specifically the staff of Neary. While I may be leaving my role, I'll carry lessons, friendships, and a sense of purpose I found here with me always.
Thank you.
Why do I always have to go last? Clayton and Kathleen, I just want to thank everything for your friendship, your collegiality, and your support, being the principal with the least experience. I know I leaned on you throughout these years, and really without that collaboration, I wouldn't have found the joy, the humor, and success during this. So I can't thank you enough, and I wish you the best in your retirement. So like all the other principals, it's a busy time of year. Really proud of the effort. So in the first picture, we have our Greek enrollment day. 7th grade team runs this. I think this is the 4th year doing this. It's a combination of hands-on activities. Kids are throwing discus, javelins. They're doing arts. They're writing poetry. And one of the highlights of it is there's a one-man show called Chariots of the Sun, in which the performer brings Greek mythology alive, brings students up on stage. It's amazing, and I can't thank SOS enough for their support. I had to choose one picture to capture the music programming that's going on in the spring right now, and that is our big band at WICN in Worcester, and they actually came in on a Saturday here did a 5-hour recording session on a Saturday. And they got to go to the radio station last week to hear the recording session. But that was just one performance. They've gone to the Woo Sox. They've done the national anthem before the Woo Sox game. The highlight of every year is going to the senior center to perform. And Mr. Trottier is in the audience, and they actually have a lunch with the seniors ahead of time. The students have always cherished that. We just had a joint chorus concert with Neary the other night. And Kathleen's not kidding. They do a combined song at the end. It was like a clown car. They just kept on coming. We didn't have enough space on the stage, so it was a wonderful performance. And then tomorrow night we have our annual jazz night, and our guest performer is Autumn Mana and she played in the Saturday Night Live band, so she'll be joining our big band tomorrow night. So if you want to come by, it'll be a great experience. And then lastly is we hosted a multicultural fair here, and this was a tradition that we have not run for like 15 years. And so we have 30 booths set up, student booths set up. We had about 100 kids stay after school. It was really impressive, and it linked really nicely because we had the following week we had a community conversation about cultural diversity and the importance of cultural diversity. And it also aligned with our international flag program. So as you walk out tonight, if you look in the cafeteria, we have 34 international flags that are proudly displayed in our cafeteria. Those 34 flags represent students who came through our ELD program, and that represents the history. And we also have a mechanism going forward for students to apply or nominate for additional flags to be put up and celebrate those moving forward. So.
Great, thank you. Does anybody have any comments or questions on any of the updates? Roger.
I can't remember when we kind of switched to this format. I really like it.
Yeah. This year.
I think it I think it, the needing to identify, sort of the three things of significance, I think it's great. As I listen to you all talk about the items up on the screen, every once in a while I hear, or I think I hear, a little extra joy in somebody's voice, okay? And so this week it was Clayton, or this month it was Clayton. And when you talked about the senior stroll and said, this is just a great event, okay? It kind of resonated with me, and you said it's been going on for 5 years?
I think.
3.
Is it
Only
3?
3? I'm curious how this got
Feels
started.
like 5.
Yeah, no. 3 seems like 5. I'm curious how this got started. Was it Sean, or was it you, or was it the district?
I'm not sure. I remember years ago, we would have first graders write letters to themselves, and then they would get them upon graduation. And
Interesting.
that tradition kind of fizzled out, but I love the fact that they come back, and it's a way to connect with them. A lot of, as I mentioned, a lot of them started at the Finn School, to see their growth and to hear what they're doing and where they're going. It's wonderful.
So
Cool, yes.
it was Principal Bevan who did start this tradition. So.
I'll mention it next time I see him.
Yes.
And I'm sorry, it's
I
not
think
just
I
Finn.
think
They
it's a
travel
good
to
tradition.
Woodward, Neary, and also Trotter. So they're hitting all of our schools.
Interesting. That's it for me.
Okay. Anybody else have any questions or comments?
I'm wondering if Archie can come to school committee at some point. Be interested. Yep.
That was no. Yeah, I think we could absolutely arrange something, for sure.
Or Stephanie's dog.
Yeah, we have a
Oh.
few
Oh,
few
okay.
dogs.
Yeah.
that we
Yeah,
can
I think Woodward was a little late to the game in this. I know that there are therapy dogs in most, if not all, other schools. So this was something that we were really excited about and looking to expand on his experience this year and next year and having it be more of our routine. But Michelle Carb, the principal of Melican Middle School, has really been a driving force with this. But then I know there's a lot in central office. Dr. Einhorn has her dog who visits, and oftentimes will visit Woodward. So it was something that we're super excited about, but it required the owner to want to take the initiative there.
And I have my therapy cat.
Aw.
It is a great program. One of my kids is in the Neary classroom this year, and we don't have animals, and like he talks about that dog, like Mom, and like, no, you can have it at school, but it's a great program, and the teacher in there does a fantastic job, and I'm sure it will carry over to. And then Finn has one too.
Yeah, we've had it for maybe 2 years.
Yeah, so it's nice to see it in all the schools. It's a great program.
Can I get another comment, which is not related to events?
Go ahead.
So this is really related to Clayton and Kathleen. I've probably sat over here and looked at you guys for longer than anybody else up here, okay? And it's been, for me, it's been a privilege, pleasure to witness or experience, I guess I should say, the professionalism, that you both demonstrated, and I think in the caring, for the kids, which to me is all important. So. I'll certainly miss you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Roger.
Someone will miss you, Clayton.
And I've had the privilege of experiencing my children in each of your schools, and I think that it comes from the top down, right? And obviously, you've instilled great values into your staff and faculty and the programs that you've been able to bring to each of your schools, and having kids come out and be excited about the events that are happening, once a year, twice a year, or even just on a regular basis, being happy coming out of school is just so important. So thank you both.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank
Maybe you'll sub. Like, no. Or enjoy some extra trips.
Thank you for the offer.
All right. So with that, you guys can enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you.
Well, Kathleen and
Thank
Clayton
you.
have to stay.
Thank you. This is their last one. And we're gonna hold Clayton's record for the longest principal report ever from a couple months ago.
Was it really?
Yeah, that was pretty long, so, yeah.
Did you catch any of us dozing?
That was the longest we've
Did
ever
we
had.
conceal
so-
that? Okay.
I modeled it after War and Peace.
Go this way, come on, this way.
Thank you.
Nice meeting everybody. Take care.
Bye, have a good night.
Bye, take care.
Good luck with Clayton.
I know.
Good luck. Good luck with
Good
Clayton.
luck to you. She's edited that out of it.
All right. Elementary Building Committee update.
Sure, so this evening we have Craig, who's joining us, who is the chair of the elementary school building
You want to say that?
committee. So we thought we'd just take a minute and provide the committee with an update of where we are. There have been a few changes to the membership, and I think we've been working on the contract with TAPE. So I turn over to Craig for any
Yeah.
updates or any questions people have.
Yeah, so thank you for having me. Things are moving along in this process. So thanks to, as you know, we've after a rigorous designer selection process, we moved forward TAPE and felt really confident in what they're going to be able to offer us, and really be able to offer us a new feasibility options moving forward. And thanks to Andrew and Becky for the work that they did in the contract negotiation process, in which they're providing work for us that they will be able to, the schematic design phase and feasibility study phase for $165K. So we're excited for what they're going to be able to offer. We're in the process right now of we'll be trying to schedule a meeting either next week or early the week after that to really start meeting with TAPE now that the contract things are moving forward, and really start to move forward our process with this feasibility design.
So what's the timeline that's built into the, I haven't seen a copy of the contract, so
Yeah.
can you kind of go over the timeline and what your expectations are of them?
In terms of the contract itself, I think we're navigating, I think that's part of our in terms of establishing the clear timeline, is going to be the meeting that we have to talk about what the next steps will be.
So it's not in the contract?
Yeah.
They don't have a deadline in the contract?
I don't see a
there's
specific.
There's no
What
specific
we
time.
utilized was the MSBA designer
Okay.
contract, so
Yeah.
there are no deadlines, but the IFB or the RFQ that we put out actually did have some timelines. We're a little bit beyond those because the contract did take a little bit longer to put together. So we will need to modify the timelines that were listed in that document.
So what does that mean for, like, expectations for a fall town meeting?
Yeah, I think we still have that in mind, and so I think that's where we are going to be in our meeting in the next week or so, wanting to make sure that we at TAPE is aligned with that timeline.
Okay, because you need to start meeting with select board on a special town meeting date, because we're in June now.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to, if we're gonna do a fall town meeting, like, we need to
Yep.
know when. And also we're gonna run into now conflicts with certain events. So the earlier that we know the date, the better.
Mhm.
So especially where we're going into summer now, and communicating that out to people, and just making sure we have enough time to get that done.
Yes.
Okay. Anyone else have any questions?
I do.
Go ahead.
Hey, Craig, I don't think I've seen you since your appointment.
Yeah.
So appreciate the work you're doing. How many meetings have you all had? About?
I think so. I think the contract negotiation part we have not had, since that's been executed, now we need to, are able to start to meet again. We had the meetings more so when we were selecting, going through the process and the interview process in order to select TAPE, and then now that we have them, I think we anticipate speeding up and building a much more regular cadence.
Will you be, I know that, will you be meeting with people from the district or in the meetings you're having, or?
Yeah, I plan on connecting absolutely with Greg and Becky along the way.
Well, I'm talking about during the meetings.
Like inviting them to the meetings? Or?
Well, yes, that's my question, and because I happened to be in a discussion with someone, I don't remember who, and they actually said they'd never been to one of your meetings, and then like almost no one from the district has ever attended one of the building committee meetings, or what is this? I don't remember the name exactly. It's the elementary meeting, and I don't want to sound like the charge police. The charge being, you know, kind of what I read that the selectmen put together, and I guess it's sort of the buck stops with you because you get the big bucks because you're the chair, but the chair shall be responsible for convening meetings, setting agendas in coordination with town and school district staff.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't seem like that's been happening.
Okay.
But is it the plan?
Yes.
Is it your plan?
Yes.
To make that happen?
Yes.
Because I think it's really difficult. I mean, I happened to, you know, be on the committee 2 committees ago, okay, the one that, you know, we weren't successful, but the district was always a part of that, because when we were focused on, or when we were at least focused on the part of the characteristics related to educational components, it's really hard to do that without them. And so I just hope that this charge is followed, okay, and that you're going to be working with the district, okay, to move this forward. I kind of, you know, I kind of caught Andrew a little bit at the select board meeting when he was there to talk about the meeting that you held to select the architect, and that meeting was held on a night that the district was, you know, at a school committee meeting. Well, Andrew first thought he recalled that somebody from the district was remote in the audience, but that didn't turn out to be the case. So I'm concerned,
Okay.
based on what's happened so far, that we're going to kind of move again through maybe a process that wouldn't be optimum, that makes any sense.
Absolutely.
Just a comment about educational benefits. I know that, you know, when I voted for the two educators on this committee, I was excited about doing it because I kind of thought, well, this is great. You know, one of the concerns I had historically was even though educational benefits were presented as important, at least the people that decided to come to vote on these things didn't really care about that, in my view, okay? They're going to watch this tape and they're going to maybe, you know, say, well, oh no, we did care, but it was all about how much is it going to cost, without really thinking about the fact that it's the benefits to education in these schools, if you're going to invest money in them, is I think paramount to none. So hopefully people are going to pay attention to it. I don't think you can pay attention to it unless you have, you know, I guess I'm going to call it the experts, okay, in educational benefits as a partner with you, you know, in these meetings. But, I guess time will tell.
Yeah.
I think that's all I've got.
Okay, thank you.
So,
Go ahead.
so thank you, Craig.
Mhm.
And definitely, excited to get the meeting started. Not that we have the contract, and meeting with the architect, that would be great. And anything we can do to support
Yeah.
you and partner, we're all in.
Yes.
So from the district perspective, we want to make sure that this is a great process. We want to do our part, however we can help. I know you and I have been playing, email tag, and but just so we're with you.
Yeah.
We're with the committee. Anything we can do to help, we're here.
Thank you. Yeah, I think we're excited to get the ball rolling and really being able to, now that the contract is executed, and be able to build
When
a.
was the contract executed?
Today.
Today?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Nick of time.
Hot off the press.
So, so historically, school committee does not meet during the summer. The last 2 summers we have, last summer specifically for this, after
Mhm.
the failed vote and trying to figure out how to get ready for the March town meeting. So as of right now, I'm not planning on having a July or August meeting unless something were to pop up that we would need to address, and kind of hopefully go back to the cadence of not having it during the summer. But that doesn't preclude us from, if we need to have a touch-base meeting. And we're hoping that you want to have a touch-base meeting.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, you can't, this committee can't just do it on your own, right?
Nor do I
And,
expect that.
I think the perception is the entire month of May went by and there were no public meetings. So you keep saying, we're looking forward to it, we're looking at this, but you guys haven't met in over a month. So I think there's some angst with that.
Understandably so.
And Greg and I stood up at town meeting representing the school committee and the district saying, our intent is to bring a fall town meeting forward with project options. So we stood up there and promised that to the community, and I think there's a lot of families who are expecting that. So that's kind of why you're getting, I think, some of the feedback that you're getting here is just making sure that we are staying on top of what the timeline should be. And it sounds like we're behind, so we have some makeup ground to do. But obviously, the more partners you have, the more successful that will be. Right?
Yeah, and so I don't want it to come off as that I'm trying to not engage anyone, or we're waiting for now that the contract is executed, we can
Great.
get things.
Okay, so just let us know if you need school committee involvement. We're happy to post a meeting. We try our best to do, during the day if we can, to save the district from another night meeting. But if it has to be a night meeting, we can do that as well, but just obviously following the open meeting law timelines and making sure we can get all of that within the and notice to the public, especially during the summer, is really important. I think we found that last summer it was easier to kind of just post with ample time so people knew.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Anybody else have any questions or comments?
So Laura and I were both on the building, pre-K to 8 school building committee. So if you need any of the documents that we had access to, like the heat map, would be really beneficial.
Yeah.
Especially considering the educational impact. So whatever you need.
Okay, thank you.
Great. All right, anybody have anything else? All right, thanks, Craig.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
We'll be in touch. Yes.
Good luck with the last couple weeks of school.
Thank you.
All right.
We all have the same kind of like.
Yeah. Staff technology lease agreement.
Sure. So I did include information in the superintendent's memo about potential lease agreement. John Parent is recommending that we enter into a 4-year lease agreement for the purpose of replacing faculty devices. The inventory of faculty devices, our faculty and staff have aging devices that are between 6 and 8 years old. What he didn't realize was that when they were purchased, they were refurbished. So
Pre-owned.
pre-owned, thank you.
Oh.
Which has made it more challenging to maintain, service, and support the technology. We think it's really important for our faculty to have computers that work well and support what they need to do. So this proposal is to enter into a 4-year lease agreement that would allow us to purchase approximately 103 to 105 devices. And the lease also comes with 4 years of support, 4 years of management, and it would allow us, we have approximately 130 professional staff. We'd be able to provide 105 with brand new devices. In the current device inventory that we have, we also have some newer devices that we could continue to use.
Okay.
So this would make sure that all of our faculty and staff have a modern technology device that works well. This is a 4-year lease with an option to buy after 4 years for $1, or Apple will buy back devices, so we'll have that option. And the goal is to get into a cycle so that we continually have a system of replacement for our faculty and staff. We don't get to the point where our devices are 6 to 8 years old and not working as well as they should for teachers.
And this fits in our FY27 budget?
Correct. So we have approximately $25,000 budgeted for faculty and staff devices. So this would be an annual cost of approximately $20,000. So it's no FY27 budget impact. It does commit us to having a consistent amount in FY28, FY29, and FY30. Historically, we've always carried around $25,000.
Okay.
Is the current hardware PCs or Apple?
PCs, Chromebooks for the most part.
And then in terms of software that the district use, is there any issues with switching to Apple or any?
We're primarily cloud-based for all of
Yeah.
our applications, so we do not see an issue with having Macs. In fact, we used to have MacBooks.
That's right.
MacBooks across,
Now
mostly
we're-
across the board.
Now we're, yeah, and now we're going back, and I think it's a preferred model for teachers as well.
Yeah. Okay.
What's the plan to do with the current devices that they have?
So we will inventory that, make sure that the ones that are still in good condition, and we can waterfall those to other supports like ESPs.
Mhm.
Also, if we need additional student devices, some of those devices are still, can be serviced and used.
Bless you.
Did we miss anything,
Roger?
Becky?
No?
Let me just add, I guess, a couple of comments. I actually sat in a meeting with, excuse me, Superintendent and John Perrin. We talked about this in some detail, and to me, I thought it checked 3 pretty important boxes. Sometimes, I think sometimes we'll look at purchases like this as maybe capital items, and we're going to buy them, okay? But I know that advisory at one point had come back and said that they preferred this to be part of our operating budget.
Yeah.
So how do we fit, as many devices as we can into a $20,000 budget? So this is a way to do it. Makes it a part of the operating budget. It's already budgeted for. In addition to the 4 years of support, it's also 4 years of warranty, I think. So there's no extra cost to supporting these devices. And that's actually one of the costs that, both in resource cost and in dollar cost, that we have in trying to support these 6-8-year-old devices. So it kind of checks the boxes it ought to check, and it gets as much newer technology into the hands of staff as we possibly can, and still sit, within that budget that we've already approved. So I think it's a great solution.
Okay. Anybody else have any comments or questions? Do you need a vote? All right, thank you. Next is old business, Neary Roof Project.
Yes, so included in your packet is a memo I prepared for Greg, kind of outlining the bid process. I want to thank Socotec for their work. They helped us with the feasibility for the Neary roof and are now carrying us through the bid and construction process of that. So we did have a successful bid with them. It included the need for 3 additional filed subbids in different categories of plumbing, HVAC, and electricity. Socotec did all the reference checks on not only the general contractor for the roofing, but all the individual subcontractors, and was very satisfied with what they've learned. The other thing is that Socotec has worked with many of these companies before, so they were one of the references that was provided. And so in addition to what I outlined in that memo, we are having our first meeting with the contractor on Friday morning, and it will include the subcontractors as well and Principal Valenti to make sure that we start getting going as soon as possible and know what the expectations are for the summer, and then what anything that's anticipated for the start of school. So with good weather, like I've mentioned before, we're hoping that 85 to 90% of the job is complete before students return. If that alters, we'll certainly be in touch.
Anybody have any comments or questions on the bid process or recommendation? I have a question.
Please.
In the 2.8 total,
Yep.
is there a contingency line item in there, and do you know what it is?
No, so those are the low bids
Yep,
for everything combined.
yep,
We have a contingency on top of that if needed. So one of the unknowns, as we're aware, is as we peel back the onion
Yeah.
at Neary, what are we gonna find?
yeah,
So that's why I feel very good about where the bids came in.
okay.
We're not butting up to where we were for the 4.5.
I mean, we're not even close.
Correct.
So like,
We're in very
you're
good
not
shape.
concerned? I was like, wait, why is it so low?
No, well, actually, that was my first question. Our timing was very good.
Okay,
So it was a combination of timing, and also, and you can see it from the general contracting bids, there was a lot of variation. The contractor that did come in with a low bid, this was the job that completed his summer schedule. He needed it. So there was a little bit of that, of
Okay.
a demand,
Yeah.
that allowed it, I think, to come into a very favorable position.
okay,
Knock on wood, like I said, before we, peel the onion back, it
Okay.
remains in that good position.
You peel the onion back, you see the floor.
Literally.
in the classrooms.
Literally.
so if they go above this 2.8, one of the
Yeah,
subcontractor or the contractor, do you have to come back to us to approve more, or,
So we'll have a change order process.
We'll have a change order process.
Yeah.
okay, but that doesn't have to come back to the school committee for
no.
approval?
Usually we'll go to Becky and then me, and then if it gets to be a point where it's significant, we would then bring it to the school committee.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. And we haven't worked with this contractor before in the district?
We have not, but we do know people that have.
Okay.
And we're very complimentary of their work.
Okay, good. And in terms of timeline,
Mhm.
just to reiterate, when are we starting? Or we'll find out Friday?
Well, I'll find out more Friday, but I'm really pushing that the end of June
Yeah,
is when we're starting our work. And
and,
even staging
Uh-huh.
during the final week of school. We have plenty of real estate down there to stage what we need to stay and stay out of our way.
Okay.
So those are the things I need to review, and that's why I need Principal Valenti with me.
also, once we have some more details around timeline and
Yes.
like precise items, can we send out a communication to incoming 4th and 5th grade families? Because I'm getting concerned questions.
Absolutely.
And misinformation.
And misinformation that I'd like to make sure that, like, that as a district, we're, like, communicating, like, in mid-July, send out another communication on kind of where we're at. I just,
I think it's
having to switch schools is
Absolutely.
anxiety enough. So if we can just minimize that, and then, maybe August 1st, send out one about how the school will be ready.
Yeah, and then
to
we
go.
should really have a good idea of where we are, August 1st.
Yeah, okay.
Where we'll be. But yes, the intention is to communicate throughout.
Yeah, okay, I think that would just help people kind of make sure that they have the accurate information, and try to suppress the inaccurate information. Okay. Great. Anybody else have any comments or questions on the contract? You need us to vote this, right?
Do not.
Oh, you don't?
No,
Great.
We're good.
Okay. Extended day program for the summer program.
Yeah, so due to the roof project at Neary, as we just talked about, the SCDP summer fund program will be at the Finn School. So we have made that switch. Director Packard has already made some slight adjustments over there and is ready to welcome students, right after the 4th of July. So
Okay.
we're excited to do that. It's not a huge alteration from what we've had. It's kind of seamless. Obviously, they're still programming down at Finn. We'll have to do some customization for the older kids, but that's not going to be a huge obstacle, and Carrie's prepared to do so.
Okay, great. And all the families have been communicated
Correct.
that anyways. Okay, great, thank you. Anybody have any comments or questions on that? Okay. All right, on to superintendent's report to the committee, enrollments.
So in your packet is the enrollment report as of 5:15, and as I've been very consistent in giving you the wrong enrollment report. So it's 7 sections of K, 7 sections of grade 1, and then the remaining is accurate. So
Okay.
I've been consistently inaccurate. So we're in the process of hiring a kindergarten teacher, and for other hires, we are in a good place.
And so just to be clear, we had to post a K position and a 5th grade position? Fourth grade? Okay, got it.
May I?
Go ahead.
I think this is sort of on
Yeah.
point. So there were a lot of folks that won't be back in the district, and I was just sort of curious, are we all set with people that are going to perform those functions going forward?
Yes, I think
that's a lot of folks.
Yeah, we are in a very good place in terms of our hiring. We typically, over the summer, will hire our educator support professionals. That tends to be a more kind of volatile job, so but the candidate pool is strong, and I think we'll be in a good place.
FY26 budget line item transfers.
Okay, I'll do the line item and the monthly.
Go ahead.
fund
Yeah,
report
sure.
At the same time.
Yeah?
So as of May 31st, the district has expended just over $19 million and encumbered an additional $5.29 million, which leaves an available balance of $147,000 or 0.59% of the FY26 operational budget. The available balance decreased by approximately $74,000 from the prior month, and that is primarily due to year-end projections for substitute staffing and also for utilities. The budget pressures that we're seeing really are the substitute costs, our utilities, and then also the special education collaborative tuition expenses. Those 3 function codes that are currently over budget are, sorry, just lost my document, administrative technology, athletics, and custodial salaries. And I have listed out all of the reasons why those 3 function codes are over budget and where those funds are coming from. So at this point, I would request that the school committee approve those 3 line items and then also approve the monthly general fund report until audited.
Anybody have any comments or questions on those? All right, I move that the Southborough School Committee vote to accept the FY26 monthly general fund report as of May 31st, 2026 until audited, and vote to approve the function codes listed above that have been overexpended in FY26.
A second.
Any discussion? All in favor? By vote. Thank you. Approval of warrants and payrolls.
So the warrants and payrolls for the month of May are reflected in your packet. As a reminder, those do go through DocuSign. Those are all approved that way, but there were 2 payrolls that did occur over the month of May, and you can see that we are really have a large number and probably more of accounts payable warrants as we are closing out the fiscal year.
Any comments or questions on those? All right, I move that we approve the warrants and payrolls as presented in the packet.
Second.
Seconded by Kelly. Any discussion? All those in favor? 5-0. Thank you. And then revolving accounts.
Okay. So all three of the Southborough revolving accounts remain financially stable, and they are projected to end the fiscal year with positive balances. The food services program is projected to end the fiscal year with an approximately $112,000 fund balance. Facility rental, about $23,000, and extended day, approximately $563,000. While food services and facility rental have utilized a portion of their beginning balances to support the operations, the extended day program continues to generate positive operating results, and they maintain a strong fund balance. And then also included in the packet is the preschool program, and that is the same as extended day. We are projected to end the fiscal year with a fund balance of approximately $102,000. So all four of those accounts are strong. I also included the details for the facility rental so the committee could see what expenses came out of that account. And I think there is only one more item that is left to be paid in that, in the facility rental. It's a small portion of the, I think it's the roofing project. But as of now, everything has been accounted for.
And are we expecting anything to replenish the facility revolving account?
Yes, next year we will see, we do collect rent from Asset Valley Collaborative for programs at Woodward and here at Trotter, and then we also have the central office rent that is paid by the Northborough district and the regional district. So we will see, I would estimate about $70,000.
But anything related to the Neary roof or Trotter roof?
So I did have a conversation with Carla McCullough about the $85,000, and because of the timing of when the warrant was approved at the annual town meeting, and the funds, the $85,000 had been expended prior to that special town meeting, it would not qualify to go on into that account, unfortunately.
Okay. AKA, we should have included it as part of the warrant.
Part of the
Okay. Okay. Preschool looks more favorable than last year,
Yes.
right? So
Yes. Yep.
that's good. And then can you just talk about with us splitting off from the region, how the revolving account will work going forward? And it will be a new one,
It
or?
will be a new account, so each, now Northborough and Southborough will have their own revolving accounts for their preschool program, so I'll be reporting out on the Southborough portion of that at the school committee meetings. So we'll start to collect those funds. Typically in August is when we start to see the first preschool tuition payments being made. We will be looking at the funds that are remaining in the regional account, and we will be dividing those up between the two programs, the Northborough and the Southborough programs. Our thinking is we have one employee that we can still continue to pay out of that just because based on the work that she does. So we do have a mechanism to utilize that to pay a portion of her salary, and then looking at some of the equipment that's needed in the program or curriculum materials, and utilizing those funds to support in that way.
Okay, great. Thank you. Does anybody have any other questions on revolving accounts? Okay. Personnel report.
So in your packet is the personnel report as of June 10th. You'll notice a few appointments, a few transfers, and then many of the retirements that we acknowledged tonight. We do have a couple of resignations. We do have a resignation from the woodwork art teacher. So that is a position that has been posted, and we're working on filling that position.
And we're going to keep Finn and Woodward together on that? And we hope to have that hired like sooner rather than later?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's an excellent position. I think a strong candidate pool, and we have to hire before the end of the school year.
Okay, great. All right. Action on open meeting minutes of May 13th. Does anybody have any changes to those? Those were included in the public packet. All right, so I'll move that we approve the open meeting minutes of May 13th, 2026.
Second.
Seconded by Alan. Any discussion? All those in favor? 5-0, thank you. And then we have a list of executive session minutes from September 17th, 2024, August 7th, 2025, September 10th, 2025, October 8th, 2025, and November 12th, 2025.
These can be released.
They can all be released, okay. So these were included in a separate link on Cheryl's email. Did everyone get a chance to look at those? They've already been approved, we just retained them, so this is like so that they're publicly released. Okay, so I'll move that we release the executive session minutes of September 7th, 24, August 7th, September 10th, October 8th, and November 12th of 2025. Is there a second?
Second.
These don't have to be roll call vote. Okay. Any discussion? All those in favor? Thank you. All right. And next is our second public comment. If anybody has any comment, feel free to raise your hand. All right. So with that, I'll move that.
Can I just
Oh.
say one public comment?
I guess.
So welcome Dan Mazer, who obviously our Director of Student Support Services. So welcome. It's nice to see you.
Thank you for
I
having
do
me.
hope you have better things to do on Wednesday evenings, but it's nice to see you.
All right, so I will move that the school committee go into executive session, exemption 3 to the open meeting law, chapter 30A, section 21A3, to discuss strategy with respect to collective bargaining with Southborough Teachers Association, Unit C, administrative assistants, and educational support professionals, as an open meeting may have a detrimental effect on the bargaining position of the public body, and the chair so declares. And exemption 4 to the open meeting law, chapter 30A, section 21A4, to discuss the deployment of security personnel or devices or strategies with respect thereto, and not to reconvene in open session. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Laura. This needs a roll call vote. Alan?
Yes.
Kelly?
Yes.
Laura?
Yes.
Roger?
Yes.
Chelsea's yes. All right, and it is 8:01. Thank you.